Dun, dun, da, da, da. Good morning, my friends. It's your boy Dave Sharpe here, and we have yet another exciting episode this morning. This digital marketer is just starting out, and she's going to share this morning something with us that is super key. Tonita, welcome to the show.
Good morning. Thank you.
Tell us where you're calling in from.
I'm calling in from El Dorado Hills, California. So I'm right smack in the middle between Sacramento and Lake Tahoe.
Nice. So what is your legendary story? How did you find us and what's happened since then?
So I found Legendary on TikTok, like a lot of people. And I started following a woman that was half my age, and she had started her business. And
And
I
is
was
that
very,
weird to you that she's
yeah,
half your age? Yeah,
totally
I can tell
strange.
that's weird. Yeah.
Completely strange. And I just continued watching her, and to be quite honest, I was completely skeptical. I was like, this is too good to be true. There's no way she's working at home and she's making this kind of money and this and that. So I was skeptical for a couple weeks, and then saw her continue to grow her business, and she was very relatable. She had kids, she was working from home. And so I just thought, well, why not? Why don't I just check out what she's doing? If she could do it, I could do it. So I watched your video, but did not buy the 15-day challenge. And then another
Mm-hmm.
week passed by, and I'm like, this is just silly. This is $7. I spend more than that, on lunch or whatever. I can invest in myself. So I did. And I think I watched a day or two, and I was sold. After a day or two of the challenge, I knew this is something that I wanted to do. And it was kind of at an odd time because it was right during the holidays. So I went through the 15-day challenge, and was super excited about it. I bought the blueprints, and then I sat on it. I sat on it until January. I let the holidays go through. Things were crazy. We had family in and out. And then in January, I really hit it. And then I think I did the 15-day challenge again for the most part, a decade in a day. Went through a ton of the training modules. It was information overload. The training is so incredible, so professional, and just keeps growing. I mean, I check back every now and then. There's more modules. So it's just awesome. I've really, really liked it. So I went through all that in January, and then I posted my first TikTok at the end of January. And it was really quick for me at first. I posted a TikTok. I made a commission the second day, and I was ecstatic. I was like jumping up and down, so thrilled. And I continued to grow, and I was really excited. And then about 6 weeks into it, I got totally banned from TikTok. So I had about 12,000 followers. I was super excited, posting regularly, and I was just completely banned. And so huge, huge, huge lesson for me is don't keep all your marketing eggs in one basket. I was solely on TikTok, and I hadn't
Yeah.
explored Instagram yet. I hadn't explored Facebook. And so I was dead in the water. So I had to create another account. And it grew like molasses. I mean, it was so slow the second time. It was just painful. And but huge lesson learned. I got on Instagram immediately, started growing that account, got another TikTok account, and started exploring Facebook, and haven't dabbled too much into Facebook. I've done the modules, and I'm going to do them again and get really present on Facebook for sure.
Nice.
So that's my next challenge.
Wow. So you learned a lot, but didn't let it stop you when you got an account shut down. That
Yeah.
really is
So
the difference between treating something like a business and like a hobby, right? Because I
yeah.
mean, if it's a hobby, it's not really that big of a deal. And okay, well, I guess that's over. But if
Right.
it's a business, it's by any means necessary. The same way that TikTok just kicked you off with some robot to try to
Mhm.
protect and grow their business. That's what they think they need to do to protect and grow their bit. They don't care about you and
Right.
what you're trying to do, but who does care about you? Well, you better care about you, because now you have to, as an entrepreneur, do what's best for your business. And that might be diversify. That might be, as you said, diversify and create multiple streams of traffic. Wow, what a lesson. What else were you gonna add?
Huge lesson. Yeah. Well, I mean, I just I was that person who emailed TikTok every single day. I
Mm,
emailed them, I did the
that
feedback
squeaky wheel.
thing.
I love a
Put it
squeaky wheel because the
Oh
squeaky
my
wheel
goodness.
gets the grease, right?
Yeah, it's embarrassing to say, but like hundreds of times I contacted them. And believe it or not, 3 months later, I got the account back.
Mm.
So, I mean, I was shocked. I just kind of had written it off, like I'm never going to get it back. But it was just so, it was a habit for me to text them or
Mm.
email them, or not mean email them every day. And so I finally got it back. But what I got back
Anita.
was my
Yeah.
account. But what they've done is I'm no longer on the For You page. So I'm only being able to show videos to the people who already follow me. So
Mm.
that's
But you have
okay.
other accounts on the For You page,
I
right?
do. Yeah,
Good
I
for
have a
you.
couple other accounts, and so it's fine. And maybe someday they'll have mercy on me and they'll start putting videos because I'm gonna still show it love. I'm gonna still, there's almost 13,000 people on there, and I'm gonna continue.
Yeah.
I do lives on there, and I'm
That's your
gonna
original
continue posting.
audience, right? I mean,
Yeah,
that's such a yeah, I could see why that's an important, um, group, asset, whatever you wanna call it. It's
yeah,
audience. It's an important audience that you wanna continue to serve regardless of
right.
what and that is there's such a powerful, lesson for me in that, which is that if you said you were gonna do something, follow through and do it anyways, despite the forces around you, which may be trying to take you down or maybe
Yeah,
trying to divert you, whatever, you're still gonna deliver to those people, and you're gonna grow elsewhere. It's
yeah,
fine. You can grow the audience elsewhere, and you're still gonna serve this audience. This is huge. You could say not another word today, and there is so much value in what you just went through in less than 10 minutes. Specifically, and most powerfully, I thought, was the fact that you had some robot on TikTok flag your account and you lost it. And instead of saying, oh, oh just
yeah,
no, throw it all in, right? You're like, I'm not only going to email TikTok every day, because guess what? That actually only takes 30 seconds to do.
right.
Me copy and paste or, hi, I'm still here. Just wondering if you saw my last message. Thank you very much. Right?
Yeah,
We're respectful and nice even if we don't feel that way. And
right,
that's
right.
another thing that I want to point out to all of you who are trying to get things from TikTok, who are trying to get things from various companies out there. Make sure that even as frustrated as you are, that you continue to carry yourself in a professional manner, because then in those situations you have companies who, if they're a good solid company and you've carried yourself professionally the entire time, will oftentimes admit they were wrong and reinstore your account and sometimes even apologize. And in your case, I don't know if you got an apology, but your consistent and professional effort of taking 30 seconds out of your day just to continue to email them got you a massive result back simultaneously, while you did not just focus on your problem, you focused on solving your problem. But then you went over here and you were like, hell yeah, I'm going to go crazy and grow in all these other places while I'm solving this problem. And I just wonder if you have stopped at all in just taking in that amazing effort and taking in that I mean, just so many people, Tonita, that obstacle has taken them out or would take them out. And I just wonder if that was just kind of, you had your head down the whole time, or you were conscious like, hey, these are my challenges. And this is the examples of what
Yeah,
Dave and all these folks are talking about, of things that are going to pop up, and I need to get through this.
yeah,
Was there any of that
yeah.
awareness as it was going on? Like, these are my challenges.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, definitely I got a little emotional. I was mad, I was sad, I was frustrated, and I didn't know why, and I
Mm.
unfortunately played the comparison game because I saw other affiliate marketers on TikTok doing the same videos I was doing. So
Of
how come they
course.
weren't busted, but I was
Yeah,
busted. So you get in this
totally.
this stupid funk that just distracts you. And that's all it
Yeah.
was. It was just a distraction, and I believe in what I'm doing. I know that I can have success, and I just continue putting one foot in front of the next. A huge thing for me, a huge asset for me is these wake up legendaries, the Thursday trainings. The Facebook group has been huge because people celebrate successes. They encourage each other with technical things, because I was frustrated. There were some days there where I was really frustrated, but I just felt like this was, I went back to the original 15-day challenge, and on that second or third day, I knew this is what I wanted to do. And I just kept reminding myself, I'm capable
Mm.
of doing this, and TikTok isn't going to stop me. And so,
Yeah. It's
I
such a much
still,
bigger picture than just TikTok, even though
yeah,
we talk about TikTok a lot on this
sure.
show and in this community. It's a lot bigger than TikTok, and really more than anything, TikTok is a new person launching ground. I mean, that's
Yeah,
really what it's become, and it's not a place in which has even been proven to build a long-term stable business. What's proven to build a long-term stable business on the internet is having a database of customers, an audience that you own and can market to via email and text message in some cases, is the number one proven model. And we use TikTok and we use Instagram the same way that they use us. Okay. So don't get it twisted, any of you, about what this
good point.
relationship with these social media
Good point.
companies is about, because they're using us. They bring us in a free service. We all can go and socialize with each other. We know that's not what happens. We're looking, judging. I don't know whether it's been good society or not. I'm not here to judge that. But the bottom line is they bring us in onto the platform for free. So then they can go to advertisers and say, look at all these free dummies I got here who are just waiting to buy your products. And then they sell that
Wow.
advertising. So don't get emotional and loyal to TikTok. And I'm not
So
talking to you,
true.
Tonita, I'm talking to everybody. Don't get
Yeah,
loyal to TikTok. Don't get bent out of shape over TikTok, because TikTok's a silly company that ain't doing nothing but trying to get rich just like you are. And they're going to use you. They're going to use your family. They're going to use your kids. And as internet entrepreneurs, we need to talk about these things and we need to be aware of them. So not only we can be leaders of this industry, doing things right, really trying to be on the cutting edge of what's going on out here, but also so we can teach and empower our children how to navigate the internet. Because the internet is something that can either make you filthy, disgusting rich and provide you all of the happiness and peace if you can disconnect from it when you need to. Or it can break you down, make you suicidal, make you depressed, right? Lots of
totally.
stories all over the world of how the internet has people have had bad experiences with it. So we need to really fully understand the roles that all of these companies and that we play on the internet. And right up front, I'm telling you all right now that TikTok and Instagram and Facebook are nothing but a place where we go to use and get used. I mean,
That's
it's
a great point.
TikTok
Yeah,
is using us the same way that we're using TikTok. Why? We actually want to educate, and for me, I feel like we're actually making the platform better, even though I understand what TikTok's trying to do. They're trying to limit the kind of the duplication, the in like the content that looks the same. And I understand that. They don't want content that looks the same, but that's why we teach you all to put your own spin on it. And that's why
yeah,
we teach you, you know what I mean? So I feel really great about what we're doing and how we're serving people on the platform. but I don't get caught up in my love for the platform, because
Yeah.
the platform, I got love for people on the platform. And that's what I'm trying to do, because I have to go there. If I didn't have to go to TikTok, I wouldn't even, if I didn't have to come on Facebook
know.
and use these tools to communicate and connect with my people, then I wouldn't. I wouldn't use the tools.
Yeah.
We just use the tools. And I think that's one of the big things that I really want to drill home right now, is that we can't get emotional over losing accounts. We
Yeah.
can't get emotional. We just have to, we have to build our audiences that we own. And the only thing you own is your email list.
So totally.
That's
Yeah.
it.
So true.
That's
Right.
it. You don't own anything else. So you have to set up campaigns and things to bring these people off of TikTok, because guess what? If you don't, you're going to be left with nothing. And guess
Right.
what? TikTok made money off of you while you were there, because they sold people your attention, you know?
Right.
But if you leave and you didn't get any email addresses and you didn't generate leads, then if you end up losing your account, you left with nothing. So we have to prioritize. That doesn't mean that we don't want to follow TikTok's guidelines. That means that doesn't mean we don't want to be compliant. Right. That doesn't mean that we don't want to be just good citizens and just help people, not hurt people. But removing the emotional whatever around these accounts, and also being real clear about what's the real asset and what's not, is also really important, because you can absolutely drive sales right from your TikTok profile. I mean, if you have a loyal enough audience, you could just put a link to a sales page in your bio and say, everybody, the training's available, go get it. Click the link in bio right now. I just made it live. And you could drive sales right from your audience on TikTok. But most people, as you saw with your own experience, need to just get lightly peppered on the platform, get a little bit of curiosity, and then they need to be brought off into an isolated sales funnel, where there's time to educate the person more and to introduce yourself longer than a quick 15-second video. TikTok is the Tinder for just life, right? We're all just swiping. Okay.
Yeah.
So the same way that people are now swiping for dates, people are also swiping for entertainment. And all we have to do is get their attention briefly, and then get them off, collect their email, because they're likely not going to buy on the first time. And then we can follow up with them via email in an intimate and more isolated manner, where it's not as easy to just hit your thumb and just scroll on to the next person. But anyways, what came up for you as I was ranting about kind of the difference between the platform and the audience, and misplaced loyalty to platforms and stuff.
And I love what you said, because I think that I was in the mindset that TikTok was everything. This is how I was going to make money. This is everything. And I've accepted that it's very fragile, and that I'm not going to just focus on TikTok. I have to be focusing on other things. I use TikTok now. I think that's a great point. I'm totally using them, and I am doing lives every day on 2 of my accounts, and I'm just going to get followers. It's been very slow, and to be quite honest, because I'm not on the For You page anymore. And so I'm just doing lives, and I'm getting followers just organically. And every day I just get a couple more followers. It's been slow, but they're real followers, and they're people that really are interested in what I'm offering and what I'm promoting. So I rather have 1,000 loyal followers than have 80,000 who just thought a video I did was funny.
And that is a great point. That is what most new people are praying for, is to go viral. And folks, it ain't what it's cracked up to be. It ain't what it's cracked up to be. And it'll screw your mental up more than anything, because now you'll be hoping for some big explosion when you need to be paying attention to the small sparks in your business.
Totally. Yeah.
But let me give you a perspective about how aggressive I think that we need to be in our marketing. And I think the biggest challenge a lot of us have is lack of aggressiveness. And the reason, what I mean by that is that it does tie into the TikTok thing. We all want to make sure that we're following the rules because where
Mhm.
we come from, there's a lot of rules. We come from jobs that have processes and protocols and schools that have, all kinds of different traditions and rules and guidelines and practices and best practices and all this kind of shit that we've been listening to and following, and we're walking on eggshells with other people in our lives. And we just really, at a certain point, are just trying to kind of tiptoe our way out onto TikTok, and we kind of want to be seen, but we don't really want to break anything. We don't really want to get TikTok's attention. And
Yeah.
it's just kind of like, I want to be famous and get rich, but I don't really. And it's just, what we need to do is take all that emotion and set it aside, all those feelings, and set them aside for a second and get militant. Get as if you are about to proceed into a battle and you need to build a plan to stay alive, right? You'll usually get sober, emotionally sober. And I will call it that because so many of us are emotionally, we're intoxicated by our feelings in general. But then we come into business and we're just intoxicated by them. Everything is a massive feeling of overwhelm and everything's personal. And at the same time, we don't want to break anything or offend anybody.
Mhm.
And when you go into battle, none of that shit matters. Okay. Not that I've been into battle, but I'm imagining what it would be like to prepare. Now, I've prepared for hurricanes and I've prepared for other things here in Florida, not prepared for battle. I want to be real clear about that. But I imagine that it's a real sobering feeling to know that nobody cares about my feelings. The enemy doesn't care about
So
my
true.
feelings. The hurricane doesn't care about my feelings. Now, if we can replace that with moving into this business, TikTok doesn't give a shit about your feelings. Facebook doesn't
Right.
care about your feelings. They're, maybe not the enemy, but everybody's trying to win out here. And, I need to approach this aggressively. So if I want to win in a battle, I need to take a look at sneak attacks. I need to take a look at surrounding my enemy. I need to think about overwhelming them. I need to think about being everywhere, right? These are some of the strategies that I would think would be smart to consider inside of a battle, right? If I was going to take over a neighborhood, would I just want to announce that I'm coming? Hey guys, I'm kind of over here. I don't
Yeah.
disturb anybody. I don't want to offend anybody, but I'm going to be coming in right in this one little place. And if you kick me out, well, shit, I guess I lost. No, nobody would do that in a battle, but that's how a lot of us approach our business. And what we need to be thinking about is, how can I be more aggressive? And I don't need to be aggressive in 100 different ways, but maybe the way that I need to be more aggressive is to, starting today, remove emotion and all this. Am I repurposing content? And is anybody going to see this and be offended by seeing this twice, or whatever other concerns I have? And immediately today, start repurposing every piece of content that I put on TikTok, run it through SnapTik, remove the watermark, and post it on at least 3 other platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, maybe YouTube, right? That's a way to be more aggressive. That's just one example.
Mhm.
Let me give you another example. Sneak attack, as somebody said, on the same platform. Okay. Andrea De La Flor, I think I'm saying that right. Andrea, she's wonderful. She's from Peru, and she's just incredible. She broke down how she, over the last 13 months, has gotten 200 million views on her TikTok videos. Tonita, do you know how much that would cost in TV advertising?
Oh,
At
crazy money.
200 million eyeballs?
Mhm.
Nuts. I don't know what, but I assume a lot.
Mhm.
And so, how has she done that? Not by gently and sensitively and hoping not to disturb anyone, just cultivated and curated content on one nice little account and just hoped and prayed that TikTok didn't get offended with it, because if they did, one of their robots might come out and just completely wipe my entire business out.
Yeah.
No, she didn't do that. She has multiple accounts. She has multiple. I mean, she's coming in. There's people out there, folks, who are you got IP address issues. You got phone. It's called get another phone. It's called get an IP. It's called get aggressive. It's called entrepreneurship in business is the biggest game of cat and mouse that you've ever played in your life. And there is no rules. There is no rules, because this is what's happened since 2010 when I came on the internet. Is a new platform will pop up and everybody will go to the platform, and human beings completely trash things. Look at what we're doing to the planet. We trashed Google, and a bunch of marketers got kicked off Google in 2010. Right. We trashed Facebook, and a bunch of marketers got kicked off Facebook in 2012 through 2014 through 2020. And now TikTok came on. We all went over to TikTok and we're trashing it, throwing party, crypto, Amazon, drop shipping, comedy, sex workers. It's all there. And TikTok scrambling, going, holy shit, how do we not let this turn in? How do we not become MySpace? Right?
Right.
And you know what? That's none of my business how they don't become MySpace. I don't give two shits how because I'm just trying to make sure that my house doesn't become MySpace on the corner, cardboard box. Right? That's what I got to worry about. Right? Yeah. So we got to be aggressive. We got to be aggressive. We can't expect that we're going to become this super rich and we're going to have all that. We have to become more aggressive, and the multiple accounts, multiple platforms, those are a couple of real practical examples of how you get more aggressive.
Yeah.
But we got to stop caring about the platform's feelings. Platforms doesn't have any feelings. We got to stop caring about offending or disturbing. We have to stop getting so easily offended and taking things so personal. And when we do that, which is much easier said than done, and we get more aggressive, your business will, how many different streams of traffic, how many, Tonita, is too many?
Yeah. That's a great point. I've been thinking about getting another phone or two as well. So that's interesting that you said that. I should definitely do that now, because that will make a huge difference.
They're just trying to, platforms want to limit us. They want us, to only be able to have 5,000 friends, right? And all this dumb shit that is their rules, not ours. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so nothing in this world was created because somebody woke up and said, I'm going to just follow everybody else's stupid rules, right? Nobody got up and got rich that way. Somebody got up and said, you know what, that rule's kind of stupid. I'll follow it, but I'm going to game the shit out of it, and I'm going to win. I'm going to win, right? And I'm not going to stop until I do, or I'll go somewhere else. And so anyways, I'm ranting about this, but I didn't think that I would get, but you've brought up such amazing points that have gotten me so excited about these things. What's coming up for you as I'm talking about this, and what other things have you learned about, in your journey that would be useful experience for our listeners?
Well, I love the reality kick you're giving me, because I've kind of dabbled in Facebook and really haven't committed to doing it because I've been so busy creating content for TikTok. And so I hope that's a lesson for everyone. Don't do that. Don't get totally
why does
obsessed.
It need to be different content? Just
right. Yeah, I can definitely repurpose the content.
That's
You're
the other
absolutely
thing.
right.
Don't we feel it's like, I want to do special content for TikTok. I want to do special content for Facebook. No. Who gives a just plaster the same thing everywhere? Because you know what's going to happen is people are just going to be like, this person's everywhere. And you know what? the more somebody sees something and the more somebody hears something, the more they trust it.
Yeah.
So the
True.
reason why you want to be omnipresent is because you build trust from frequency. It's
Sorry, I'm
just a
moving because the sun.
it's fine. It's fine. You looked great there. You look better now. So it's wonderful. It's wonderful.
It's getting
Um,
warm over there.
I know. Where you're in California, I'm in Florida.
Yeah.
You want to talk about warm? You come here and
Oh,
I'm going to show you warm.
well, you've got the humidity, huh? I've got dry heat, so it's like 100 degrees, but it's hot. It's
I got to
hot.
turn the AC down right now. Um, so
But you're right. Yeah, plaster that stuff everywhere, and I need to be more committed to doing that. And um, I'm preaching to myself here that I
good.
gotta expand here and get
Well,
on.
these are things that today, this conversation, any one of you can take this and turn this conversation into both action and also wonderful content. I mean, this rant, and that's my hope, is that you all are taking these points in absolutely absorbing them and but also if they make sense and if they ring true, then spread the word, then go out there and repurpose the content into your own content and share it. Everything that I say each morning is sure, give credit where credit's due or put your own spin on it. I don't care, but take the point, take the knowledge, and also then go and share it with others because they're gonna, as much as you're getting value from hearing it and saying, "Oh wow," imagine what other people will also
Yeah,
get value, and that's what really this is about, and it's what any business is about. It's why I would hire a fishing guide, or why I hired a captain's coach to teach me how to drive my boat, or why I would hire a marketing coach or buy a course to learn, is because let me learn from somebody else's experience. So take this knowledge and this experience that we're talking about this morning, all of you, and also turn it into value. I think that's one of the biggest things, and I want to ask you about that. There's a big transition from going from customer to creator. The customer is the one who is always learning and everything's always for them, and they are taking notes and they're always consuming. The creator is somebody who takes the knowledge that they have or are learning or all that, and they're both sharing their experience or share people's experience, and then using that in many cases, the entrepreneur is the one who then has an offer at the end of that. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
Pretty simply put. So, what has your journey? Could you describe from consumer to creator? Could you? And we titled this, "It's all about mindset." Could you touch on that piece of the mindset, as well as what else has been the big things that have really moved the needle for you between the most important 6 inches, but
Yeah,
also
yeah.
the most, it's a bad neighborhood up here for me. I don't know about you sometimes, but
Oh,
it
I
can get
know. Oh,
crazy up there. I
totally.
like to
You're
go
your
in with a
worst
buddy
enemy a lot of
system.
times.
I don't like to go
Yeah.
up there alone. I like to take a buddy and a flashlight. But what has it been like for you to transition from consumer to creator and on to entrepreneur?
Well, by nature, I'm a people pleaser. And so I definitely cared what other people thought. And I don't want to, embarrass myself or anything like that. So I really had to come out of my shell when I was beginning to create content. But I also knew that what got me to get the 15-day challenge and buy the 15-day challenge was I saw somebody, like I said, that was half my age with a lot of kids that I could relate to. So I try and be relatable and be as honest as possible. I have never danced around and said I make $20,000 a month. I've never ever said anything in a video that I don't already do or have or whatever. I just felt like I'm going to be as open and honest and real and genuine because people eventually are going to buy from me and not not any lie or something that I'm saying on a TikTok or an Instagram video. Like I feel really I'm very convicted with that. Like I'm not going to have any false promises. I'm never ever going to promise get rich quick. I'm never going to promise, oh, and X amount of months you're going to be leaving your 9 to 5. I'm very very real in what my journey has been. So, and I try to create content that is relatable to me. And I've just
Mm.
really tried to stop being shy, being embarrassed, being a people pleaser, you know, that sort of thing. Cause I know that there's a lot of my friends see me on TikTok and they laugh and giggle and think it's funny and cute. And what are you doing? And what are you up to? What is this thing you're doing? And so forth.
Women are funny. Dudes are like
Yeah.
that too, though. Dudes are like that too. We say dumb little shit to people, and
Yeah.
it's just, you know what I mean? It's
And they
just
mean it out
people are
of
funny,
love,
right?
but it's
Yeah.
still like, oh, you know, is so and so going to see this, and what are they going to think of this?
I know, I know. I am convinced that never gets easier and never gets better, and the best way to do it is just separate it. I'm just I have not met anybody who just, because what are you gonna do? You're gonna educate your friends and family, and just they're all gonna be educated, and it's so
Yeah.
convoluted in this particular profession, in my
Hmm.
opinion. It's best to consider separating family and friends from your business endeavors. And if they happen to fumble, I have complete, like, I had this big conflict about posting personal stuff for people in my personal life. Like, I have a Facebook personal page. I use it
Okay.
in our Facebook groups. And then I have an Instagram personal page. And I haven't posted on that in over 2 years, either one of those pages. And it's not affected my income not one time. Because guess what? Your friends and family don't buy from you, people. That's why.
That's so
They don't
true.
buy. It's easier.
Yeah.
You got a client will become a friend faster than a friend will become a client. And that's
Yeah.
a fact, Jack.
So true. So true.
I've seen it for 10 years. It never changes. I love my friends and family. I got like one or two who are like so humble and just so legit and cool. And the rest, they don't even talk about it. It's just like, we don't know how to handle themselves, and I don't know how to handle them, honestly. And all of their limiting beliefs and bullshit and all this.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, look, I got enough to deal with that with my own shit. And then just the clients that I'm trying to help, the people who have actually given me money to help them, let alone you, who's my buddy, who takes our friendship for granted and thinks that, it's just,
Well,
yeah,
that's
no,
so
I
crazy.
want to
So
deal
they,
with your limiting beliefs and your
yeah.
skepticism. And I used to care, and now I just don't. I'm where you're going. It's been 10 years for me, though. I'm actually to a place, and hopefully this gives you all hope. I'm not bullshitting. Like, it's the friends and family thing is legitimately been difficult to navigate.
Yeah.
Um, and it's you just got to find out what are the healthy boundaries that you need to implement in your life.
Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting because they've seen your fabulous success and yet they're still,
They're not skeptical. It gets weird. People are weird,
yeah,
then
people.
they start treating you differently. And I mean, it's funny, man. I've been on both sides of the coin. And when you're broke, in your uh you ain't got shit, nobody wants to hear from you, and
Yeah.
when they perceive that you have stuff. And that's what the real kicker is when people perceive that you have things. Nobody Here's the other thing, folks. I'm going to tell you something about, like, people. Your friends and family are never going to be impressed by your $2 million stock portfolio, but they're going to just go crazy when you pull up in that $100,000 Range Rover, that piece of shit depreciating asset. They're going to be like,
Yeah.
man, damn, bro, can I, like, what? Let me know. What are you doing? But seriously, so they're not even excited for you in most cases for the right reasons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we got to be real careful about who we're trying to impress. For me, I got something that I wear around my neck right here. There's 4 names on there, 3 of my kids and my wife, and I boiled it
Totally.
down. I mean, listen.
That's it.
I used to be the guy who was like, "Oh, I got all these fans and shit out here who I'm impressing," but my wife was pissed at me. And it's like, we got to get our priorities in order as
Yeah.
entrepreneurs. It's like, I don't give a shit what Tom, Dick, or Harry on the internet thinks. I care about what my daughter thinks. I care
Right.
about what my son thinks. I care about what my wife thinks.
Yeah.
And these are the people that I'm out to impress. and they don't even want to be impressed. They just want me to take out the garbage and love on them. You know what I mean? And
Exactly. Yeah.
so,
That's
uh,
huge. That's so huge because I feel like my husband and my kids are my biggest supporters, and I don't want to let them down, and I want to be an example to my kids. I want to do what I say I'm going to do. I told them I wanted to do this. They were ecstatic. Oh, you could do this. This is great. We'll help you. They helped videotape my first TikToks, and when I got my first big commission, they were the ones jumping up and down. I mean, I think they were more
that's
excited than
cool.
I
Good
was,
for
and that
you.
means everything. And so
Yeah.
that's a great point. It's those,
Yeah.
I have 4 kids and a husband. It's those 5 people that matter. I don't care what my friends say and what other people
Yeah.
say. The
So,
comments on TikTok, the mean comments too. Geez, people really are
yeah.
bold on TikTok and
Oh, they
Instagram. And
they
it's
say
like,
shit that
who
they'll
cares?
never say to your face. That's why you
Yeah.
can't you can we cannot even be bothered by people and
Yeah.
what they are saying and what they're projecting all their toxicity onto us.
Yeah.
Excuse me, no thank you. We gotta get real clear about this, and we gotta get a lot of conviction about who is important and who isn't. And it's not that I don't value human life. I value human life. I just don't value your most humans' opinions. You see what I'm saying? There's a big difference.
Exactly.
There's a
Yeah.
big difference. And uh my friends and family, I love them for who they are. And somebody made a comment about separation of church and state. I try not to do business with my friends, not because I don't want to support their businesses. It's just that I'm real sensitive about muddying up relationships. There's 8 billion people in this world. I do not need Johnny, my buddy's money to that it's you're gonna
That's a
ruin
good
the
point.
relationship.
Yeah.
Learn how to generate cold leads and you'll never want for a friend again. I mean,
Yeah.
because this business has introduced me to a lot of amazing people in my life that fulfill all my business needs and can
Hmm.
relate to what I go through. So when I hang out with my friends, I never even have to talk about business. I can just go fishing. I can just screw off. I can talk about my recovery. I can talk about other things. And that's been my solution. And people know that's kind of how I operate. And people kind
Yeah.
of know that about me now, that I don't really want to talk about business. And it's not that I don't want to explain myself. It's just when I'm off, I like to be off. And so
Yeah.
but the whole trying to get friends and family to support you or understand what you're doing, my friends, don't even bother. Just try to find out and identify who are the most important people in your life, who are the 3 or 4 people, and go to them individually and talk to them. And don't ask for their support. Tell them you're going to step your game up in supporting them, because you know that you're going to be over here working on your business and you might not be as available. That's the messed up thing. When I was in network marketing, I had a guy, and I could say his name, but I won't, who said, go and tell your friends and family for 90 days that they just need to leave you alone. That's not how life works.
Wow. Yeah.
That's not how life works. So we're going to take a route of massive personal responsibility, not of, oh, I had a wild hair up my ass and want to start a business. Now the whole world, including my most important people in my life, need to now all change. And when they don't do
Yeah.
what I want them to do, they're not supporting me. I got to get clear about who my inner circle is and who is on the outside. And I really do. I have inner, middle, and outer, right?
Yeah.
My inner is my family. It's the 4 people. My outer is my friends and family, or my middle is my friends and family. My outer is like everybody else. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Hmm.
So I have to, those people on that inner circle, I got to go to them and say, I'm going to start a business. I want to make sure that you feel loved and supported as I go through this and do this. And hopefully it works out and all that. But see how different that is than daddy's going to start a business and I need you to not come in here and bother me, or go to
Right.
my wife and say, I'm going to start a business and I need you to leave me alone for the next 3 months and really support me. How do you think any human being is going to react to that? You selfish
Yeah.
prick. Go take out no, we're not doing this, you know? So I don't know. I have a different approach, I think, than a lot of the gurus out here who really this shit. The things that they say don't work in real life. You can't just go to your family and say, "Oh, I need 90 days." No,
Right.
the kids don't. They don't
It
not
doesn't work
have
like that.
needs for 90 days. You know what I mean? So all of these things, including how the endless pursuit of friends and family validation, it's never going to happen. And the inner circle, the people who you really want to make sure that this all is beneficial to them too. I mean, those of you who have kids, aren't you doing this sort of for your kids? So
Right.
it's like, let me show you as a father or mother how to build a business and have a life. And that's what I want to make sure that all of us are doing is not preaching the dream and living a nightmare, but actually talking about entrepreneurship, talking about freedom,
Hmm.
and designing our life in a way that creates freedom. We can't just, it's not just going to happen like that.
Right.
You have to design it, and that's what real leadership is taking the role to say, these are the important people in my life. These are who I need to really make sure I take care of and are supported and support me and all that through this process. Here's the friends and family. I need to really be clear that I'm not ever going to make them all
Yeah.
happy, and they're mostly all going to probably think I'm stupid until I, pull some big depreciating asset into the driveway and they're all impressed by that, right?
Yeah.
Then they'll think I'm successful. Um, and then there's everybody else who,
Yeah.
come on, you have to really categorize people in terms of, um, so that makes it feel pretty silly when,
Yeah. And don't you
sh-
think,
you know,
you
Jack
know,
Jack Dick from wherever
yeah,
Timbuktu leaves a shitty comment on my TikTok too. It's like you're not even in my middle circle.
not even. Right. You're not even, yeah. And don't you think the way that we behave and the way we act is speaks volumes to our children and our spouse way more than what we say? It's always what we do. The kids have seen me, all the ups and downs, and still pursuing and still putting one foot in front of the next, just like I tell them. I mean, and I'd be a hypocrite if I just gave it all up because my TikTok account got banned. It speaks so much
Right.
to them that I'm just continuing. I'm going to move forward. And this is how it is. My husband's self employed. He's a general contractor. He's had many, many ups and downs, especially in this economy. And it's like, if he just gave up, what would that say to our kids? Nothing
In
comes easy.
California, how the with the taxes and everything, that's a real, you got to be good
We're,
to
we're,
operate
we're,
in California.
it's been tough. He's been in business for 20 years. So
Yeah,
that's saying something. He perseveres, and it hasn't been
I
easy, and
bet.
the kids have witnessed it all. And hopefully it's planted seeds in them that life isn't
Yeah.
easy. Nothing
Oh,
comes for free. Everything is work. And that's okay.
it
Cause
has.
the good stuff is at the end, right?
It has, our kids can never articulate or vocalize the impact, but I have a 22-year-old son, and his ability and thinking and rationale and coping mechanisms and all these things that
Hmm.
my wife and I were like, just also, I mean, in some respects, trying to figure out ourselves. But my wife was a real, because I got my older son back in my life when I got clean and then went into
Okay.
business and all that. So
Okay.
I was wondering if the things that we were doing um, were making an impact, because I got him full time, my wife and I, when he was 10, and so we had him for like 8 years. But man, they
They watch everything.
watch, and they can't particularly say what they're learning at that age. But when you see them practicing those things, it's the most fulfilling feeling. And I know your kids. I know your kids will be filled with lessons and values from all the things that they've watched you and your husband persevere through,
Hmm.
including this. So if you were to give advice to your child, say they were starting out, or somebody else who you really want to succeed and they're just getting started, and they're maybe going through the challenge, or they're just kind of trying to, because most people here, at least who are listening to this, have already at least kind of started the challenge, or maybe they're thinking about getting the blueprints, or thinking about taking it more seriously. They're wondering, is this a cost? Is this an investment? Is this a waste of time? Is this an investment of time? Like, all the same things that you thought, and that you told us how you were skeptical and so forth. Would you speak to yourself back then, and that person who's in that same spot, and just what advice would you give them?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think you have to just believe in yourself. You have to have a great support system. Sometimes you may not have a support system, so you really have to believe in yourself. I'm a Christian, so I definitely have faith in God, and I felt like God, um, you know, I prayed about it a lot, and I felt like this was the right thing for me and my family to do. I never thought it was going to be easy, and I knew that God was going to teach me a lot through this experience, and he has a lot. And so I guess my advice would be just keep one foot in front of the next, continue pursuing, gain knowledge, do as much. The blueprints are incredible. Like, I have gone back and listened to several modules over and over again, and you get new information, because as you get experience in this business, you have a different mindset, and you start looking at things a different way, and you receive the information differently. That's why I love going back to the 15-day challenge. It's really basic, raw information. And now I listen to it and I receive the information so much differently, because at the beginning it was just information overload. It's just so much, which is great, but you can only absorb so much. And so just continue being a student, keep learning and learning. You've never arrived. And I think you would even say that, Dave, that you're still learning different things. And I mean, the business is constantly changing. I'm a total newbie too. And I mean,
I'm a
feel
newbie.
like I have so much to learn, so much to learn.
I guess there are people who maybe think that I think I know it all, or have. I don't know. I don't know what people think, but if you could actually come into my body and you could feel what I feel on a daily basis, the anxieties and the sweats and the butterflies in the stomach, and the feeling sometimes like something's brand new, or, I mean, come on, folks. Nobody arrives. Nobody gets to a place to where they don't feel anymore. I know that we are in this, I guess, this weird social media society where everybody's just putting on a bullshit smokescreen. It's one of the reasons why I try to do this show and don't create a bunch of stuff for our community that's short form, because I really actually want you, I really actually want to, like, I'm not doing that. I'm doing this also because it's therapeutic for me, and I can be real, and I can relieve a lot of the pressure of all you sons of a bitches thinking that I think that I got it figured out. I don't got it. I don't got any of it figured out. I mean, I got it figured out up until the first 10 years. How to go from year 10 to year 20, I don't know the damnedest thing about it.
Yeah.
I don't know the
long haul.
damnedest thing about how to live in the day that I'm living in today, tomorrow. Because I've never done it before. I've never. And why is that any different than anybody else's? I completely get it that there's some nuances about marketing, about funnels and setting up some of the tech. But folks, look, I just bought a 30-foot boat that has technology that I've actually considered or thought, do I need a rocket scientist degree to actually understand how to operate this boat? But guess what I had to do? I had to go through the training, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
And get it. You know what? This ain't entertaining training. It's a horrific owner's manual.
Yeah.
And just go through and learn. And I mean, I just, for those of you who think that anything, we see it all the time. There's comments, oh, the tech, and I can't get the funnels and this and that. And it's like, anything you do in life, there is going to be a learning curve. You are not going to, I mean, look, all right, I'm done with the internet. You know what? I'm done with land. I'm just done with everything on land. I'm just going to go be a fisherman. Okay. I'm going to just go fish on commercial fishing boats. Okay. Ready. You go out to the dock. The guy says, "You ever fished before?" You go, "No." You've never fished. Do you know anything about this is a grouper boat. Do you know what kind of boat you? No, I don't know. I just know I want to get off land and I want to get rich. Fish everywhere you go. You're going to have to learn some things. You want to go work at McDonald's? You're going to have to learn how to operate the oil thing so you don't get burned. Because I'm the type of dumbass. Couple of 5 years ago at a family barbecue, I was grilling something out there, being the man, right? Being the man, dad, president, and a client. What do? I place my entire palm. I'm just talking to somebody. And I lean on the grill like an asshole and put my entire hand on the top of the grill, not even thinking that it was hot. Why? Because I'm not a chef. I'm not a grill. I'm not a cook. I'm an idiot when it comes to preparing food. So if I think, I'm done with this internet thing, I'm going to go get a job at a restaurant. I need to go in and learn how not to end up in the emergency room with all the oil and the ovens and the hot stuff. So there's always going to be a learning curve with whatever we do,
Yeah, it's so true.
It's just pick your poison, right?
Yeah. And just go out there and do it. Like a lot of people are afraid to do a live. It's like, as soon as you get 1,000 followers, start doing a live. Just do something new every day. Push yourself. I'm trying to do a new module every day. I just try and do something every day to, get my brain rolling and think of a different, watch one of your videos. I just think it's just continue being a student and learn as much as you can.
Jeff says you don't get rich fishing except with a fishing formula. You can, my man. From the blueprints, the fishing formula. Yeah. Excellent. Yeah. Love it. Love it. Hey, bum. We'll end on that note. Tonita, it was a real pleasure. And I really hope that if we invite you here in a couple of months, you'll be willing to come back.
That would be great. Thanks so much for having me. It was a pleasure.
All right, Tonita. See you, and tell your husband and your family that we said hello from Legendary.
Thank you so much. Back to you.
All right. See you. All right, my friends. It is Thursday at exactly 11 a.m. Eastern time. Exactly 1 hour of, there was so many gold nuggets in there. You might want to be careful. You might get rich if you listen to it again. All right, my friends. We will be back here tomorrow for another episode and another powerful conversation. Do something that's going to make a big difference in your business today, or even do something that's going to make a small difference. Any difference matters. Be legendary. Get out of here. Peace.